and diving and the ball seaming around in English conditions, looking after the ball with sweaty hands. It's all, it's a different game out there. So, we need our batsmen to get big runs. We need our top 4, top 5 to get big hundreds and help and put runs on the board for our spinners to bowl at. Predominantly English seamers have taken wickets out there. I still think, Swanee will do well. And Monty's out there as well, isn't he? So Monty to do well, the spinners will do well still, but the seamers get it right and start reverse swinging, we could cause some difficulties. It's going to be tough, but I think if we get out of a draw, if we come away with a draw, we've done well.
In terms of your career, when you look back at it now, was it all that you'd hoped for? And also, do you see yourself staying involved with cricket for the foreseeable future? Good
question. As a young farmer's kid who played in the back garden every day in the summer, we tried to play everything: football, cricket, rugby. I grew up with a group of lads called the Holiday Family, 4 lads around my age group. If I look back now, to play for England was my ambition, and I achieved that. And to win county championships, 2 championships, to win 3 2020s and play in 5 finals, to go to Australia and win a series in Australia and play in a World Cup in the West Indies, then I couldn't have dreamt of anything more. To finish on a high the way we did, to go to play in a Champions League was wonderful. For me, I've loved every minute, whether it was playing for Leicestershire. I think having the farming upbringing that I've had, the work ethic and the farm, it made me appreciate my sport. My mum and dad made me appreciate my sport, and I've loved every minute. I'm still involved with cricket, with Leicestershire. I've just been doing 4 hours of coaching today with the kids. We had a long day today, keeping and batting. So, I still love it. I'm still passionate about the game. I enjoy coaching, and I enjoy bringing the youngsters through. Still doing a bit of playing with the Professional Cricket Association. We play in PCA Masters games around the country. We did about 12 or 13 this year. I think we're going to be looking to double up next year for clubs around the country. If they want to get in touch with us, get in touch with me on Twitter if they want, at Paul Nico, Nico, Paul Nico 199, my England number 199, and touch base, because we can come to your club, we can play against you, we'll bring a bunch of legends, the Michael Vaughns, the Freddies, the Bumbles, the Dean Headleys, the Devon Malcolms, the Gladstone Smalls, the Neil Fair brothers, the Chris Schofields, Mal Loys. We've got a great side, good fun, and we raise a lot of money for the local clubs and charities. So get in touch, and we'll hopefully come and play and see us in your local club.
Jonathan Agnew, commonly one of his criticisms is that there's too much cricket. Would you agree that there's too many cricket games in the English domestic schedule?
A lot of cricket makes county cricket very special, and we play on different surfaces wherever we go around the country. A lot of teams, have their home grounds for their strength, and you play their brand of cricket. For me, I've always loved it. I think if you're fit enough and strong enough, you can do it. It puts you in a good stead. We look at the likes of Johnny Bairstow. We look at the likes of a good example, somebody like Tim Bresnan, who's still in his mid-20s or close to 30, but he's played a massive amount of cricket, and he's learnt his trade. And it's to be fair, you look around the world, so many more guys the same age, I look around, they've played a third of the cricket that our guys have played. So it's only got to put them in good stead. The keys for England is identifying the good, talented youngsters who have got the work ethic and the honesty in their game and the drive and desire to do well. The challenge for England is to get those guys in that system, in that Lions system earlier, and have good mentors to take them through into the top level. But they've still got to play cricket. It's a balance between the Aussies and the South Africans play less cricket, more time for practice and preparation, but you still can't beat matches for getting out there in the middle and applying your trade, no question.
Who is your favourite ever cricketer?
As a kid, I wanted to be David Gower and Ian Botham. I love watching Viv Richards. I threw to Viv as a kid on the Lord's ground staff, which inspired me. I I couldn't get off the chair watching Graham Gooch, or if I got off the chair at home, Graham Gooch would get out watching the game. I was that superstitious. As a player and seeing players play, Brian Lara played a different game. He could win a game. I played in a game at John Paul Getty's estate. I talk about it in my book, about when Lara got 100 and Robin Smith told him exactly what shot to play. When he's batting against Shane Warne, he's telling him exactly what shot to play, and he did it, and he got 100 and retired. So, for me, the guy that was the genius, the absolute genius, was Brian Charles Lara.
Final question from me. A bit of a selfish question, really, but how do you see Leicestershire doing in the upcoming years?
Leicestershire, it's going to be tough. We've got probably smaller budgets than a lot of clubs. We have a great youth academy system, which is producing amazing cricketers that are coming through. Our challenge is to keep hold of them, and bigger clubs come in with more money and better opportunities, and that's our biggest challenge. Leicestershire, if I was honest, over the next few years, will be a feeder club to the bigger clubs. If I was honest, my heart doesn't want me to say that, but my head tells me that. We need. The key thing is for me, counties will play their roles. The key thing is that we're producing good England cricketers, and if England keep winning, kids want to be England players. And as long as England wins, yes, counties want to do well, and we all want to do well. We're all fighting for a piece of that pie, the financial pie and the county cricket pie, and that's great. But ultimately, when England win, English cricket's on a high.
And this is the final question, Jack.
How do you see England cricket progressing?
England cricket's in a good place. We've got some good management at top level. England cricket, the grassroots, the whole structure coming through is in a good place. I think our system's been followed by people around the world, and the youngsters that are involved with the game, and I'm even looking myself to start a new business at absolute grassroots level of cricket to bring the youngsters through. I think that the level of coaching that's around in England at the moment is fantastic. Every club I see has got so many youngsters coming through, the clubs can't cope, which is only a good thing. And I think that we now understand our game massively because of the amount of cricket we've played. And I think that getting the pyramid right, so the peaking, the lifestyle, the technical, the tactical, and the physical is all there for everybody now. So there's no excuses. There's going to be a nice pathway going through. And I believe that England will be top level cricket in the top 2 or 3 for the next decade or more. And we're in a good place. And we've now got, for me, 2 test sides ready to play. We've never had that before.
Thank you, Nico.
Thank you, guys. Pleasure.